Good morning, friends. Today I'm very excited and very happy to have our special distinguished alumnus of BIT. Moumita Som passed out in the year 2009. She did her engineering in civil from 2005 to 2009, and very happy to have her with us today under Bit and Bytes conversation with BIT alumnus. I welcome Moumita for this program. I'm
Thank
very
you so
happy
much.
to have you at BIT after a long
Pleasure is
time.
all mine. Thank you
Yeah.
so much.
So, friends, as all of you know, Bit and Bytes is a special program where we have a detailed interaction with our alumnus, and we just go back to our college days. We talk about our stay in the college, what made us what we are today, and then the transition from institute to industry, the problems faced during the earlier stages of our career, and what made them to be one of the recognized professional in the industry. So just to start, I welcome once again to BIT for this podcast on Bit and Bytes. Thanks, first of all, for coming and making your time on a working day.
My pleasure. My pleasure.
I have been following you on your Instagram and other things. I was normally excited whenever our students do well in the industry, and it is our pleasure to have our distinguished alumnus to get back to the campus. And today, another interesting and important news I would like to share with you that just yesterday, the university convocation ranks are announced for the year 23-24, and once again BIT got highest number of ranks, 19 ranks and 10 gold medals, and from last few years we have been getting highest number of ranks under VTU. So that is a good news to share with you.
Definitely.
And just go back to your college days. While selecting the college BIT, what made you to select BIT, and what made you to select that to civil engineering? Normally, civil girls, while taking the branches, they prefer IT stream. What made you to select civil engineering?
To start with, I was always mediocre. I was never the top notch to crack, but BIT is a college which is known for itself, its culture, its the values which I was aware of. I stayed in a hostel. My father was in Air Force, so all the kids of defense, we were all staying in our hostels, and all of them were various colleges. They were there. BIT is the one college which everybody voted for. And so through campusing again, as through CET, I joined BIT. And so I had a choice between Ramaya and BIT. I chose BIT because purely because it's civil program. It is wonderful. It is brilliant. And I also heard that there were good placements, and to think towards my career path, no doubtedly, I blindly went with the BIT.
Thank you. If I want to remember my days, 83, I joined BIT again. During our batch, there was only one girl.
Oh my God.
Then I think the things have changed. Now there is no difference between IT and non-IT. Every girl student, they choose according to their wish. So after joining BIT, what was your experience? What are the kind of faculty members, the kind of facilities at BIT, and was it okay for you, or you had any chance of thinking that you have not made a good choice?
So I was always a teacher's pet. Always, I've been a teacher's pet. I still am in touch with all my professors. No, it did not occur me to answer you that I should change to computer science or IT or electrical or any other stream, because civil was my choice. And the simple reason being, I was fascinated that a building design, how to bring it. It was something I was too passionate about from the beginning. So I was very clear in my mind that I do want to pursue in civil. And yes, rest is history, but then future looks quite bright to me.
Okay. So after completing bachelor's in civil engineering from BIT, you started looking for a job, and
Yes.
how was
In fact, I was
transition?
the first person in the whole batch to join a job just the day I finished my exams.
Oh,
So the results had not come. So I gave my exam the last, and I sat for my interview in the evening at about 6, and the next day I was in the office. I started my career with structural designing, structure consultancy. I worked there for about 2 years. It made my foundation very strong. I understood the basics. I understood, you read in theory, you understand different dynamics of subjects, but practically until you do it, it doesn't click your mind. So it was very good that I started with very technical background. So I started with that. Then I slowly my transition happened towards management. I did my construction management after that. Parallelly, I did not quit. It was more of an evening and an weekend classes through a South Asia university. I finished that, and meanwhile, I started putting myself out there for management section of real estate, and handling all the consultants and architecture, interiors and landscape, MEP, all of that put together as a package. I slowly shifted to that. But my base was very strong because I knew technically what are the aspects or what are the elements and verticals I should be aware of. So that helped me.
In fact, I was going through, and many times in many platforms, I make reference to the American Society of Civil Engineers. They have a vision document, book of knowledge.
Correct.
In that, it is very clearly said throughout the globe, they've made a detailed survey, and they've mentioned that civil engineers are master builders. So
True.
we have
True that.
many engineering disciplines, but civil engineers are the master builders, and they are the decision makers. They should integrate all other disciplines.
Yes,
with
you're
the
right. You're right.
infrastructure. What is your view about this? And
The way you said integrate, yes, it is true. I believe in common sense, logic, applying mind. So all of that integration comes very easily to a civil engineer because they are on ground, seeing it, visualizing it, and then taking a decision. So it comes naturally, I would say, to not all, but then it comes easily to a civil engineer.
Okay. It is also said in many platforms where the industry academia interacts that many of the graduates coming out of the colleges these days are not employable. Especially in IT, they say that, and even in civil engineering, they said that. But the colleges, when I interact with the academia, today also, incidentally, we have an interaction with all the civil engineering HODs at 11 o'clock today in the college. So I normally try to reduce this gap, get industry and academia closer, and organize interactions. So civil engineers, the academia feels their job is to give the concepts, the basics. And then whatever is required for the job, it is the job of the industry to train. So what is your view? Do the colleges train for all the employability skills so that they want from day one there should be a billable quantity? So is it possible?
So I might differ a bit here. But then again, I go back to the system when it was in 2005 to 9. Now the systems have changed, the logics have changed, the applied methods have changed, and children have changed. So the students have more practical approach. They understand, they see the social media is available everywhere. So platforms have changed now. But yes, industry, it is very simple that if somebody is paying, you expect an output. So if there is no output, then you start feeling, okay, is this a worth candidate for me to hire or not? It's a very simple way, if I may say it. So colleges, whatever theory they are getting and understanding, if it is not in form of little applied method, maybe some workshops, maybe some practical internships. I feel internships helps them a lot to understand and to groom themselves. Ki, okay, these are things expected from me. As long as the candidate or the student understand what is expected from them, I think it should be sorted.
Okay. I'm sure that you must have onboarded
Oh, yes.
many and recruited
Yes.
many civil engineers. What are the negatives or what are the shortfalls in the present day freshers? What do you direct or give a tip for the freshers to learn the skills required in the present day
See,
context?
teaching, we can always do that. We can always train them how we want. It's no rocket science. You have a book, you have bylaws. In Bangalore, if you, especially if I may say, we have bylaws to go through that. We have NBCs. So if you are thorough with those, you can apply in your designs. The only one thing which we look at the candidate is the interest level. How much are they interested to learn, to apply? How dedicated can they be? How focused are they? That's it.
So the learning capabilities or interest in learning new
Interest in
things
learning.
required for the industry, that is the one thing that
That's
you
the
look
only
at.
thing we look at.
So the attitude of the students towards learning new
Because
things.
they're freshers. We do understand, you come from a background from a college and you would have had an exposure of everything. So
Okay.
everything is not needed here. Maybe 10% of everything is needed here. So all we need is your focus and your interest to learn and to walk, and it's more than enough. I have in my team right now, he's just 2 years in the industry, and he's sitting in Apple right now. He's handling big giants. He's handling the whole management, whole programming of the project. He's just 2 years. It's just his interest level. He's keen. He reads documents. That's more than enough for us.
So now, if you look back, many companies, they have many special programs for women. And
Oh, yes.
motivating women. Even in fact, some of the companies, they have special drives, recruitment drives for
Yes,
women.
yes.
So do you think still girls have to think and before joining the gender equality issues in the industry, or equal platforms available for ladies and gents in the
It is
industry?
available. I remember a quote which Mr. Mantri had told me. Opportunities will not come to you. You need to grab that opportunity. So to answer your question, yes. Out of diversities and inequality, opportunities are there. Platforms are made for you. You need to get up and take it. You need to come out and grab that opportunity and move forward. So yes, places are there, chances are there. If you have the will and wish, you can do that.
Friends, we have Moumita Som with us, and she is telling that ladies and gents, there is no difference in the industry. Even in civil engineering and construction industry, there is no differentiation. So the one thing that reinforces is all girl students who wish to join civil engineering, they can always join. And let us see how the initial career of Moumita in the industry, how she joined as a consultant in a structural design firm, and how she moved to management roles. Management role is a tough job, for especially from the historical background. Ladies, they take a back seat. But here we have an example. She has taken very bold steps. For that, she was also recognized in the industry with many awards. So let us talk briefly about how they transition from the consulting to management, and what are the issues she has or challenges that she had in the management roles. So starting from, she has done many roles in Mantri, and then presently she is in CBRI.
Yeah.
So let us talk about that. Moumita, please go back to your transition period from consultant designing firm to a management role, and what are the challenges that you
challenges was there, of course. Every field has a challenge its own within itself, but yes, to comprehend this, From the consultancy to the management, I had to walk down a couple of more companies. So I worked in Tesco, where my scope was to do a space designing of Asia stores and retails and etc. Then I shifted to Monarch. Then I came to Mantri. Mantri was the longest period I stayed, for 8 years. And I started as a manager, wherein, I was handling just the residential part and etc. Then I started taking the ladder and I started understanding the other verticals, not just design. I started understanding licensing of it, how to get approvals, what are the different agencies interacting with those officers, how we get approvals in our places, and what is the procedure, what are the processes we need to, what are the checklists I need to fill and understand, and all of that. Along with that, I also entered into legal aspect of it. So when you start selling a product, eventually the product has to sell. When you start selling a product, it has to be designed, it has to be sanctioned, it has to be legally sound. So I started understanding the legal aspect of it and studying that, understanding all of those. So this all together, holistic approach of mine made me climb the ladder to become a manager and further down the hierarchy wise. But yes, it is very important that you just don't understand your scope of work. You do understand the holistic approach of it. What is the end goal? What is it that you need to deliver? What is the end goal of it? So when you understand all these steps ahead, then I think it becomes easy. Now in CBRE, it is couple more steps ahead I have taken, and I'm understanding a lot more. Again, every day is a learning for me. So you have to be open to your new learnings, and then it becomes easy. Chapter becomes very easy then.
When I interact with my students, I mention regularly and repeatedly, the whole purpose of education is to make one confident. Whether it is problem solving, engineers are made to solve the problems. We need to be sensitive to the society. We need to understand the problems. We have to solve the problems. So the role is a solution provider. For doing all these things, it is not possible in an engineering college 4-year course to teach everything that is required.
Correct.
But what we can definitely do is we can make during the 4 years, we make our students confident to handle the situations as and when they're handling. So I'm very happy today's generation, they're very focused, the Gen Z, what you call.
Yeah, they're vocal. They're very vocal.
They're very vocal. They don't bother. They just say what they want to say, and it is not possible for them to make sit at the place and listen to the faculty. So the challenges for teachers is also increasing unless the teacher is exposed to the industry.
I think they have to come for an internship on every period, even if it is an unpaid internship on every year. If they come, I think between the semesters they have break of a month or 40-45 days, if I remember. So they can always do a free internship or it paid, unpaid, according to each institution's program. They understand the vibe of it. They understand how the whole market works. They would also get an understanding ki, okay, so is this how would I want to, which department? In civil, there are plenty verticals now. So which direction do they want to go? I think in 4 years, if they get about 8 internships, it would be brilliant for them to choose their career path in the same institution also. You never know if they are working good and sound, because it is not that we use what they have studied exactly in the 4 years. It is always your mind and your soundness also. They get to learn, they get to understand the environment. I think it would help either side to groom them and to get benefited out of these Gen Z.
So normally we say it is experiential learning. Instead of sitting in the class, listening to the lectures, experience whatever you learn. And normally, especially for civil engineers, whenever they go out on the way, coming to college or going to friend's house, there will be a lot of construction-related activities. Sit there for a minute and observe and understand what is happening. That will give
I doubt. doubt
Is it
it.
possible? Do they do
I
like that?
know, I doubt.
Okay.
I doubt ki now, I mean, if you say go for a movie, yes, they will be on their
Okay.
speed to go. But going and learning just like that, it is difficult. So that's why if they've been pinned down to attend an institution and, a company to sit and watch what is happening, even if it is a site. So what happens, I have taken up about 8 students as an intern, and we were making them, they did brilliant. 5 of them have joined me back as a permanent after they finished their college. The exam, in fact, they didn't even get their results, but they did join us. 5 of them out of 8. Other 3, I think, went abroad for higher studies, but others have joined us. They were good. They were very good in terms of going to site and understanding. We were very clear that the expectation from them is only to understand how it works. And they were able to help. They were able to comprehend. They were able to understand the whole dynamics of how things are working on. It was very helpful. And now you wouldn't believe all 5 of them are in manager post. All 5 of them. They are in various, they're in Bhartiya, they're in Shobha, they're in Bagmane, they are in one more Samudra, I think. They're all placed in a very good companies.
Okay. If it is okay, can you talk about some of your major projects that you are involved with the name of the company or without the name, the magnitude of the projects that you have handled?
So I have handled a lot. At least I have been working on say 26 to 30 projects. It's a mix. So I have worked on residential, commercial, mall, retail, and villas. So villas, I have worked in Chennai, Pune. So South region is what I was handling. So Chennai, Pune also. Chennai, Pune, Hyderabad, Bangalore. We had various sectors of projects. Name the project, which is South Asia's first tallest building called Mantri Pinnacle. That is one of the signature building. We have about 45 floors, 43 floors plus helipad and etc. All of that. So one project I would like to speak about is in Hyderabad. It's called a floating. So it is floating in water. HTI Hadi Thirani from German, they are the architects, and Innotech, Mr. Subramaniam and Yogesh sir is the structure consultant for that. So it is a building which has water around and it is floating on the water. So it was very difficult and challenging, not because of the design, but because of the approval. So when it comes to a fire approval, you need to have a fire driver around the building, which is a norm. Now how? There is a water. What to do? So we had to think, and our consultants, our MEP consultants, Maple, they are brilliant, and they thought of an idea. We all sat together, we did brainstorming, and then they came up with an idea that there will be an automatic that at the time of fire, the whole water drains out and it's on a driveway. So we made the whole structure such that, the whole building is standing on the water, and during the fire or any mishap, the whole water drains out and every emergency or evacuation, everything was possible. So this is very close to my heart. It's right in a very very known place and very happening junction in Hyderabad. So yeah, this is one of the project. But others, we have mall. We have 2-3 malls which I have worked on. A very different subject, because in mall you don't have just 4-5 consultants. You have at least 20 to 30 consultants of various acoustics and the media or lighting or the flooring or the interiors, or you name the consultant. There's signages, MEPs so are there, and structure and architects and landscape and all of that. There are at least 20-30 consultants. Putting all of them together, there is traffic analysis, because there's a lot of, now I think we keep hearing about the traffic jam which is happening due to the mall opening and all of that. So those understanding the risks before. So all of this was a part of my job, to understand the risk, to mitigate the risk, and then to bring up the entire crowd together, all the experts together, and bring up the building. And we have successfully delivered it also. So yeah, these are few of it, but to name, I have majorly worked on residence as well. Uh, Again, brilliant architects I have worked with, got the opportunity to work with brilliant architects. So these are a couple of things which, yes, it comes with challenges, its own. All designs are different, all applied methods are different. But overall, if you are focused and reading the drawings, I think it is sorted then. It becomes easy.
Yeah, I think compared to other professions, civil engineering is one such profession where you involve in actually how the structure comes up,
Yes.
and you will have a lot of satisfaction once it is
Yes,
doing
of
well,
course. Yeah.
like the ones that you have mentioned. So that we will
Yeah.
remember for a
It's
lifetime.
like your own baby.
Yeah.
You see it
That-
from the concept stage, and we have different variations. And it's not just the consultants. You have your management, you have your company to report to. Nothing can go wrong. So it's not just your decisions. You need to equally work with your management. There are different. See, this is what I was talking about, which doesn't come in college. You know how to do things, but it is equally to be with somebody who's an owner. So there is an owner, there are various departments, there's a sale department, there is a legal department, there's licensing department, there is leasing department, there are various departments. You need to walk along with them to deliver it. You might be the driver of the project, but there are like many hierarchies who has to be in line to deliver the product, because the end is for them. They have to sell, they have to generate the revenue for it. So to walk along with them is the exposure which I think might be missing in an institution, because it doesn't come there that way, the professional approach and how to bring them together with you. So that might be missing, which they can always get it in an internship.
Normally in the recruitments of IT sector, they say soft skills are very important, communication skills are important, leadership skills are important.
Yeah.
Maybe to interact with, as you said, more than 20 consultants in a single project.
It's not easy.
A civil engineer needs to have all the leadership skills to coordinate with all the agencies and take the project forward. So according to me, I am also a civil engineer. Civil engineering is one such profession where you can enjoy. There is no boundaries for your creativity, your imagination, your involvement in any of the activities of the construction
It's
industry.
unlimited. I agree.
And sometime back, I was in association with one of my architect friends, Satyaprakash Varanasi. We used to take architecture students and civil engineering students around the buildings, and we called it as design walks under the brand Udbhava. So walkthroughs we used to have, and we used to get good support from the industry architects and consultants. So I think that is missing in the present day academics. So the academics, one of the things I can say through this medium is the faculty should get exposure to the industry and the latest kind of projects, the multi-million projects where you have a lot of dynamics and a lot of consultants, both national and international consultants. Once you get through these projects, you will get interactions with all the international consultants, you get international practices, what is happening in the industry and all those things. So that experience, you should bring it to these students. So that will help these students.
Yeah.
So very nice talking to you, and for your leadership skills. You have been recognized in the industry with many awards. And you're continuing to grow in the industry. I wish all the best from the college.
So
what is one thing you would like to say the next generation students or people looking for careers in civil engineering?
One thing to tell them, just chill. Do not stress yourself over what am I going to do, what am I going to do. Things are going to fall in its place as long as you're calm and explore.
As Moumita said, you don't have to get stressed and demotivated if something doesn't work. Now everybody is talking about, people are talking about startup culture, starting own enterprises, irrespective of the discipline, whether it's civil, mechanical, or IT, computer science, anything. A lot of opportunities are available, and as our Infosys, one of the founder mentioned, world is flat. You have no boundaries, no limitations. So it is okay to fail. It is okay to get depressed once in a while when things are not in our way. But enjoy every moment. You need to enjoy when you're on the campus, and learn every day. Make it a point to learn something new. Interact with more and more people. Get to into the industry, interact with the industry professionals, understand. So experience life every moment, whether it is student life, whether it is in the industry. All my industry friends today, those who are practicing, started their careers. Lot of times they feel things are not going in the right direction. So opportunities are unlimited. I always say the opportunities are limitless for any profession, irrespective of branch, whether it is civil, mechanical. So we have good examples like Moumita, and there is no gender restrictions also, whether you're a boy or a girl, world is open.
Definitely.
And as the Mindtree founder Subrata Bakshi says, go kiss the world. There is no limits and boundaries. So I thank Soumita for
Thank you
coming
so
to
much, sir.
BIT
Thank you
and
so much. My pleasure.
interacting for
so
this
much.
nice interaction. I'm sure you're going to motivate the listeners that things are possible.
I hope
And
so.
everybody can lead the profession satisfactorily.
I hope so, and I'm
make a
available whenever you need me to talk to any of your student who wants to understand certain things or who wants to come and see how things works. I'm always available, just a call away.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank
Friends, thank you. And this session was, I'm sure, personally for me, very satisfying, because one of our students is doing well in the industry. Normally, for such events, we used to invite only the seniors who are on the retirement edge. But this special session is very special for me, because we have a young and dynamic Moumita who is doing waves in the construction industry. I wish her all the best in
Thank you so
her future endeavors. And friends, welcome back to the next session of Bit and Bytes on Monday, 22nd of this month, July. We have another distinguished alumnus, Mr. Somikra, who has done BE in computer science in BIT, and then did his MS and PhD from Stanford University, and he is presently doing lot of things on decision analysis, and recently has written a book on Invaluable. So more interesting discussions in the coming episodes, and till then, bye.